the STEM. Now, I'm not sure who the STEM is, but he seems he knows what he's doing. Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. Welcome back to my abode, to my sister's bedroom that I've turned into a recording studio. No, a little different from my last video, but not too different from my last video as well. It's about manners, and the lack thereof, if I may say. Because I think people need a little bit of a refresher on how to be a decent human being in this world, let me tell ya. Now, my thoughts for manners all started a couple of days ago when I was driving my dad's car to work. And my dad's car, I can't figure out the radio, so it was stuck on some boomer channel called Fox News. And before Fox News comes on, there is this channel, or this radio show, as I may say, called The Morning Guys. And, they take callers, they talk about the general news. To be honest, they're quite they're good. They're a good show, like a good small town radio show, like local celebrities. It's all good. And they get this caller, they say, "Good morning, caller." But the caller doesn't say good morning back. He just says, "Hey guys," but still greets them. And then they talk about whatever they were talking about. Hang up, take another caller. This lady comes on the phone afterwards, and then they say, "Good morning, caller." And she's like, "Good morning, guys. Now, the last person didn't say good morning to you, so let's practice for the youngins out there on how to say good morning to your adult superior." She actually said that, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. And I'm like, oh, what a boomer thing to do, making grown men say good morning to you back, for also the grown man that didn't say good morning to this person on the radio. So then that got me thinking about, wow, they're really offended about the fact that they didn't say good morning back. But the man did greet them, but I didn't completely understand where the woman was coming from. Until that very morning, I walk into my work and I say, "Good morning, coworker," and she just looks at me like, I'm like, I know you heard me. You looked at me in my face, and I was just like, oh wow, what a waste of my breath and time to be a decent human being and say good morning to you, just for you to look at me. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe it was the morning, she just wasn't functioning. But then if she was me, she would come to my side of the building and be like, "Yo, sorry I didn't say good morning to you," because that's what I would do. Like, if I didn't say good morning back to somebody, I'd feel bad. But alas, she's not me and I'm not her. It's one thing if you're a stranger and you say good morning to someone on the street and they don't answer, but we work in the same building together every single day, and now I have to walk past you and be like, "That lady doesn't say good morning to me when I say good morning to her." And I bet she was just asleep. She doesn't, but it got me in my heart. She didn't say good morning in my nose. Living in New York City for a year, this next manner I hold near and dear to my heart, because I would wish death upon people that did not follow this rule. Let people out before you go in. It being a subway train, a building, elevators. Let people out before you go in. And let me explain. Let's say this building, this elevator, this train car is the most empty thing ever. There's not a soul, there's not a ghost in this train car, this building, whatever. Let the person out, because the theory, the logic behind it is that there is more room for you when you go in. So if you let people out, you have more space to frolic. And that's all there is to it. Let people out so you can go in. Do that for me, please. You will go to heaven, I promise. Now, speaking of subway train cars, let me tell you. Never sneeze in your hands. Don't lick your hands. Don't be sneezing in your hands, especially during this pandemic. Excuse me, I'm dyslexic. And you sneezing in your hands and you just touching the handlebars, you're touching the guard pulls so then you don't fall over people. I was standing there minding my own business one day, just enjoying my home ride on the train, and someone sneezed in their hand and then they touched the pole to hang back onto it. And I'm like, okay, I'd much rather fall on my face and break my nose on the floor than touch that pole that you just sneezed all over. Don't sneeze in your hand, sneeze in your sleeve, sneeze in your shirt. Don't be doing that to people. You're gross. You're going to hell. You can say sorry too much, but you can never say thank you too much. It is never wrong to be grateful. And let's say a stranger is holding a door open for you. Be like, "Hello, my person. please, crawl through this portal that I have arranged for you. And they're holding the door open for you, being the classy person that they are, and then you just walk through. Like you own the world, which you don't, because you're probably a peasant just like me. I had a friend that recently held a door open for an individual and said, "Hello, please go through this door." And they're like, "As you should." And then just kind of like, ugh, like, of course you held the door open for me. And he's just like, I guess I'm never holding a door open again. But it's so nice and simple just to hold a door for someone and just say, "Thank you. I appreciate it." And it just makes you feel good. Makes the person feel good. Like, be nice. Jeez Louise. Now, recently I was taking my pets to the vet. And we're driving down the road. And on the way back, we saw this beautiful bench outside someone's house. That looked like that it was kind of like free pickings kind of thing. It was close enough to the road to be like, hey, whoever wants it, take it. But it was a nice bench. Like, it was like made out of a tree, and the tree pieces were like, it was nice. It was a good looking bench. So then I noticed that the people were still in their yard. So then I get out of my car to approach them, being on their private property. I felt a little insecure about it because I'm like, I don't want people going on my private property, but I want to be able to take this bench without stealing it because it's a nice bench. And I said, excuse me. They couldn't hear me the first time, but then I hey, how you doing? Excuse me. Sorry for interrupting, but let me just ask you about this bench. And they were very polite about it, just like how I was. And when you approach someone with an excuse me, don't mind if I interrupt, bud, or please finish what you're doing, but I'd like to ask you about this bench. It's just appropriate, especially when you're in someone else's space, to be like, excuse me, may I please inquire about this thing? So, excuse me's are important, and being patient is important, because people just like that, makes them feel good. Do that, please. Thank you very much. A reminder, for those who don't know, right lane, right turn means you have the right away. Always. I promise. Maybe in the off chance that there's a left exit or something, which are from Satan himself, I guarantee it. But if you are turning right, you have the right away. If you are in the right lane, you have the right away. Sometimes it's nice that the person in the right lane is like, hey, left-hand person, go ahead. I'm like, no, you gotta go. You gotta stay by the rules even if you're trying to be a good person. So accidents don't happen. It's important that you know, hey, I'm turning right. That means I have the right away with this green light if I don't have an arrow. Right lane, right turn, right away. Keep that in mind. Oh man, that was a bad one. Hey everyone, that's all I have for you today. Think about your manners this next week. I'm thinking about reading this specific book from the early 20th century about manners, so maybe I'll make a second video to this, just of kind of being like, here are the proper things to do. But alright everyone, thank you for watching this video. Like this video if you did. Don't if you didn't. Subscribe to me, you'll get more of me. Alright everyone, have a good day. Bye-bye! I don't know if you can hear it, but my cat's here and she's just purring all over the place and rubbing up against the ironing board that I got the camera set up on. She's just having a good old time. Exie, come here. Hey. This is my beautiful cat. Do you love everybody? Say hello. Ooh. Oh, are you ready to get down? All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.